Hi, welcome back. Another important session. Support or implementation project learning, defect or bug life cycle. Okay, so I think you well aware of that. If you are already working professional, so this is the content which is relevant for your support project or else implementation project. Any project for that matters, which is actually finding defects or incidents or else bugs or else they call them as a tickets in tools called like Jira, ServiceNow, maybe any other different tool. So what exactly it is? Before going ahead, you try to understand what is defect or bug. Any deviation from actual standard process, if you find different behavior, that is called defect or bug. In general terms, if I take an example, if you are working as a sales and distribution professional, okay, probably you might come across in a OTC cycle, base price is not determined. Such a case, what happens? Maybe condition record is missing, or else manual base price supposed to be Maintained. These are the two possibilities. So what end user will do? Immediately, he will write to the customer care team, or else he will directly log a defect or bug to you. So what is that when someone is raised a defect till closing? What are all the steps involved? What are all the different scenarios involved? That we're going to see. Okay. So probably like bugs like in OTC, if you go for another example, like user created sales order, delivery he created, he cannot able to do the PGA. It can be multiple reasons, maybe posting periods not closed, then bug will be raised. Even if it is raised to this is SD, FI and LE integration, still it need to be diverted to FI because they are responsible for open and close and posting period. That is FI bug. In the similar way, they're supposed to do the PGI. Certain cases, periods are open, everything is fine. Stock is shortage at storage location or warehouse level. Such a case also, end user will raise a bug like I cannot able to do the PGI. Please update the stock. Stock might be updated by end user himself. He might be new to that. He need a guidance from MM or SD consultant. Or else certain times stock updation will be evaluated and handled by end you support team. Such a cases they will raise a bug or ticket. In the similar way, for XYZ reasons, accounting document failed, profit entry is missing, like the different kind of bugs. So that is one kind of bug. Okay, you will get another kind of bug like configuration bugs. You will get data load bugs. You will get training and information bugs. You will get system deviations, system development bugs, like that. New business process need to be created. A lot of things. Certain times configuration, maybe system development, maybe idocs, maybe integration with other systems, EDA related issues, or else it can be anything for that matters. You will get a different kind of issues. You will get a different kind of issues. Maybe MM related, SD related, FI related, it can be anything. Let's try to understand if you get a certain defect till closure, what are the scenarios you're going to face in one particular end-to-end scenario. That end-to-end scenario we'll call it as a defect or bug cycle. Okay, maybe incident life cycle also we can call it as. Let's try to understand this, how we can able to do this. Okay, let's try to check. The first step, it may be test consultant, or else you can call it as a quality assurance team, or else quality assurance manager, or else maybe functional consultant, certain a time technical consultant. They will try to find a defect from user. Once they find a defect, what is the first step? Okay, so initially You can use any tool for that matter across the world. It may be ServiceNow. It is more popularized for SAP, or else nowadays Jira tool, or else different kind of tools will be there that I already discussed in YouTube channel. That is not the point. What is the point is whenever you get a defect, the initial status will be new. That means no one is attempted. Okay. So the next step, your team lead in real time, your team lead or you or else customer care represent analyze the defect. Certain times what happens, I will tell you. First, you try to understand. You are a team lead. You're a team lead responsible for MM, FI, SD, PP, CO, whatever it comes. So being a team lead, you have a certain experience in that project. If you are working in a support project, it might be end user support, or else it might be an enhancement project, or else it can be like your regular implementation project. The team lead will analyze where it falls under. Okay, as I said that something related to FI, they will divert to the FI team lead. SD2. Certain times user don't know where he has to raise a defect. It may be SD, it might be MM, FI, he don't know. He's from business. Certain times he might rise wrong areas. If user is have a full control, he is having certain years of experience. He knows the defect will come certain times. So if it is reproducible, it has a chances. He has seen before, or else he know the deviation. Then he exactly raise the defect. Certain times they will call directly. I would like to raise this defect to you. Such kind of lenience also will be there. So whatever it may be the case, so you certain times your team lead or might be the customer care directly assigned to you defect. You'll check the possibilities. Okay. Then next step is a valid defect or not. First you need to check SD, MM, FI, CO, PP, retail or whatever you call. Irrespective of the module, whether this defect is valid or not. If you know this is the valid defect for your module, okay, then you'll take the next step. If it is not valid, you will reject it immediately. Suppose someone is raised a defect. Okay. So actual, there are different cases to reject a certain defect that we are going to discuss in coming sessions. Okay. So in real time, so the defect is not valid. So for XYZ reason, the background job is failed. That is got reset by another background job or else reset by ABAP. So he already raised a defect, maybe because of certain time it's not working properly. Like if any actually business process interruption is not much happen, such a case you can able to reject it. Okay. So you developed a certain application. For example, in one of my project, I developed one promotion called visibility promotion that has a certain characteristics. Certain steps need to be involved to upload a promotion to get the final result. Certain times user might confused by actual business requirement. He says that his expectation also cannot say. He can say no problem if it is near to that. It can able to fix it, but it is not actual match with the requirement and it is not on the paper what we have discussed. And he also confused certain times how to test it, the application. Certain times maybe because of his hmm, inability, he don't have knowledge about that particular functionality, he will reject defect. Certain case also you can reject it. Okay. So a certain defect, if it is not falls under the scope of the development also, you can reject it. Okay. See, in this case, as per this presentation, if the defect is valid or not valid, based on that you can able to reject it. Okay. So is it in scope? As I said that no, such a case also you can keep it deferred. What is rejected? Rejected means you're rejecting. Deferred means you are saying this. Actually, for example, they raised one defect like mobile solution on mobile. We're not able to create a sales order. We're not able to get availability check functionality over the mobile. Okay, you developed an application on mobile. You can able to punch the sales order. That sales order information goes and saves in the your SAP server. Such a case, what happens? So you will have an interface. You being a interface between two systems, SAP and other non-SAP system, maybe PA system will be there and another system will be there, some foundation, XNAP foundation or Java, some kind of, based on my project example I'm explaining. So such a case, what happens? So we're sending, he can able to create a sales order, he can able to see the price, but what is the issue for him being an end user? He cannot able to, he cannot able to check the stock. That means available to check functionality cannot able to check the mobile. That is not developed. Maybe that is not the scope of this phase. Maybe in future it might come. Such a case, what happens? So we're accepting we need to develop this, but not now. So that's why the case is deferred. So it might be this might be taken in future phases. Okay. Yes. Is it already raised? Okay. Yes. Is it already raised means duplicate. For example, you said that base price is not working. The same thing, the same defect for the with the same material raised by 5 end users, or else they they can able to do that. 2 end users working parallelly. They said that I'm not able to process the delivery. He is also not able to process the delivery. Certain time they will try to link the both the defects and close it, or else they will close the do they will create the second defect as a duplicate defect, and it do happens like if you think it is serious or not, when you start working in real time it do happens. In my current project also happens, certain time they will create 3 or more defects for the same issue with a different like headline text or something like a source of information. Certain case after discussing that all belongs to the same, then such cases also, okay, if it is duplicate then also will be rejected. Okay, so if you don't reject, if you deferred, okay, if everything is fine, okay, you can able to see this, the next step. If everything is okay, okay, if everything is okay in defect cycle, first new, then it will be in progress, and once it is in progress, developer or consultant start working on the code. Okay, so developer or consultant start working on the code. It might be like system deviation, it might be configuration, it might be data maintenance issue. Either it may be a some 30 maintenance table, or else it might be some custom table maintenance. Okay, custom configurable table maintenance, or else might be, suppose sales certain distribution channel they have created, they have forgotten sales organization distribution channel with plant key combination. They don't know the plant, they just know the sales organization distribution channel. Then they need to check with the team what are the new plant it is got delivered. If you don't do that configuration, you will get issues in what is the scenario. Such a case, what happens if any new uh, distribution channel is onboarded, all configurations might not be correct certain times, or else they know the configuration, they have tested in a development system and quality system, they might forgotten test in they might forgotten to move that one in production system. They have moved all the changes, they have forgotten to move the plant configuration. It might be consultant, it do happens like small mistakes. Okay, after go live in PGLS, such a case they raised a bug. Okay, so this is the scenario, it is not working. Okay, so you understood, like either it may be configuration miss, or else it might be development completely, or else data table maintenance, or else idoc issue. So whatever it may be, one you start working on the defect in progress. Once it is started, you'll change the status from new to in progress. That's what I told you. Okay, so code is fixed, either code is fixed or configuration is fixed. I kept this an example as code is fixed, it might be configuration fixed, or else data maintenance, whatever it may be, it is fixed. Once this is fixed, status is fixed, you will change the status in progress to status as fixed. Okay, so the next step, tester retest the code, or else configuration, or else functionality, that can be done by your end user. Okay, or else your quality team also. So if it is pass, yes, then close the defect. It is not closed by you, the person who is tested, he might have authorization, or else he will check with some XYZ person to close it. It depends on the scenario. If it is not passed, reopen. Reopen means the defect, he said that fixed. Initially it is fixed, but actually testing. So he's having 5 scenarios. Out of 5 scenarios, 4 scenarios passed, but one scenario failed. It do happens. So actually what happens in one of my recent example, okay, recent project testing example. So free of charge, they have asked the tax, and for account determination, I maintain the key combination which is there required. Okay, once I maintain, so we made one routine and enhancement also. Okay, so like it needs to work based on the pricing routine. Uh, what I would say, if I choose certain order reason, automatically it has to choose the tax condition type. That is the requirement. Once we came to the closer and billing, actually tax condition is coming, but what I have, what end user observed, everything is working fine, functionality is fine, and account posting is fine. You see, if you click the line item of the condition type and if you check the analysis, actually it is not the same behavior when we compared with billing versus your sales order. Certain case, what happened? He raised a bug. So that means whatever the pricing routine what we have written, that is not redetermining in billing type. We have corrected and we, so then what happens? So whatever we said fixed, that is got actually not closed, it is got reopened. Once it is reopened, what happened? You go back to the same cycle, again in progress, again code will be fixed and status is fixed and tester retest the code and all those things. This is how the, what I would say, actual your bug cycle or defect cycle or else incident life cycle will work. So I think you understand better this. If you don't understand, you let me know. It is very simple. Once a defect is open, initial status is new. After that, your team lead or you or customer, they will do the analysis of this particular defect, whether it is belongs to me or someone else. If it is belongs to me, if it is correct, valid defect or not. If it is not valid, it will be rejected. If it is out of the scope, it is the future scope, it will be deferred. It is already raised by some XYZ person, it is, or else the same person, it will be duplicate. If all these cases it is crossed, if everything is fine, developer or consultant start working on the code. Then in progress, if it is a code fix or configuration fix or data fix or idoc fix or interface related fix, status will be fixed. Tester retest the code. Tester thus, if the pass, they will close it. If it is not, they will reopen. The cycle runs like this till closing the defect. This is how it happens. Okay. So any defect for that matters, it is the same scenario. Okay. So if you really like my demo, please like it. If you really wanted to learn more things from me, you can subscribe it. Okay. So I have done, if you are from SAP SD consultant, I have created one course with 18 real-time incident and support process. So this content also I'm adding over there. If you really wanted, you can give it a try. And this is for down payments like that. I have few different courses. If you really wanted to be successful as a functional consultant, you specifically choose these two courses. No, don't doubt these two courses. Don't worry about all these ratings. It's all about my content. I'm giving the confidence. So getting master to write functional specification with rise of it is very, very important to know. And this is one is real-time idoc training with the business. So for idocs, you will get a knowledge about it. This is my SD course with, if you are looking for SAP SD, this is the right place, 422 lectures. And if you look at this, a lot of things. Pricing, if you're really interested, pricing, you can able to give a try. Okay. So S4 HANA few courses also there. I'm just providing these links below of this video. Currently holding 6,000 plus students, and you can give a try. So probably you can, if you want, you can able to see one more time. I'm just showing. Okay. If really wanted to get real-time exposure, please stay tuned with my channel. Thanks so much. Wishing all the best. Have a great day. Jai Bharat. See, in future sessions, what kind of defects will be rejected, what kind of defects will be deferred, what kind of things will be duplicated. We'll check one by one. Thank you so much. Have a great day.